Youngstown Phantoms postgame interviews are presented by the YMCA.
Brad, 30 seconds in, you're up 1-0, and then you're up 3-0 in the first 3.5. Not exactly the way you draw it up, I think, but I'm pretty sure you'll take it.
Yeah, for sure. Obviously, I would love that every game. But from last night, I thought there were some habits in our game that weren't great. A big part of getting that jump early, we had some fresh guys that didn't make the trip last night, and we're anxious and ready to go. Obviously, a huge start by that group. And then, I really liked, through 30, 40 minutes, what we did here tonight. And there's 2 or 3 things that we touched on last night that we wanted to make sure that we accomplished and had good habits with, not so much systematically. And I thought, the guys did a great job of that through, like I said, through the first 30, 40 minutes.
And Brad, really through those first 30, 40 minutes, it just looked like your team was shot out of a cannon. They were winning the battle of loose pucks and really just dominating time of possession and offensive zone time. What did you think of the energy level tonight?
Yeah, I thought, like I said, the energy was good, and part of that's having fresh fueled guys jumping in. Part of that, huge credit goes to Braden Clark's been with us for months now. I thought he was great, and then joined up with Svoboda and Stupka there from Pittsburgh. They came in and had a couple days of practice here this week. We kind of coined them the mid-am line, and provided some energy from that perspective and scoring. And those guys again jump into the lineup without having a lot of practice, and definitely contributed to tonight for sure in a positive fashion. And it's an exciting thing to see those guys. They'll be down the road. If not sooner, they'll definitely be here soon.
All right, Brad, beyond the wins and losses this season, going to the playoffs, the way the last couple seasons have gone, how does it feel standing here now knowing that you finished a complete 62-game schedule?
Yeah, it's probably haven't had time to reflect too much on it. 2 years ago, everything was so sudden. We're getting ready kind of for the playoff situation, and the season gets shut down as the whole world does. And then last year, obviously, not the year that we wanted. But I think the experiences of going through that, helped everybody that was involved. Our leadership core has been great this year. Some of those guys were here through some turbulent times last year, and been able to steer the ship in the right direction and lead by example. And I think that's a huge thing. Our goal, everyone's goal at the start of the year, right, is to win a Clark Cup. But at the end of the day, you need to be able to compete for it, and that was what we set out to do. Not just to make playoffs, but to give yourselves an opportunity to compete for that. And I think obviously we start here on Monday. I know the guys are excited, and we're probably going into Friday's game thinking about Monday. So those are hard games to get through, but I'm definitely excited. I know the group is, and we'll prepare the guys the right way and be ready to go Monday.
And just quick turnaround. It's kind of what's the game plan for the next 36 hours?
Yeah, we obviously rested quite a few guys last night and tonight. Looked to limit minutes for some of the guys that played in both those games. So rest and recovery is probably the key thing. And then it goes back to our job as a staff is just to prepare pre-scouts. Obviously we knew the opponent last night, but we've been preparing all week for who we might have seen. So the guys will get that tomorrow, and then ultimately it's how we execute our game plan. And like I said, tomorrow's a rest and recovery day, and probably an informational day for the guys. And then Monday, the wheels hit the ice and we get after it.
Brad, TJ Schweigert back in the lineup, his first game this month. Obviously limited ice time, but how did TJ look out there for you tonight?
He looked great. He's a guy, he's been practicing full go for weeks. From our end, it was, we were in a situation where we kind of knew where we were at. We had to hold serve last weekend here, so it was more a precautionary thing keeping him out. But like I said, he's probably been the most physical guy in practice, so that was a good sign. And he's a guy, like I touched on, leadership core. Those guys work extremely hard, and he's been through the rigor, so it wasn't a surprise to see him have a good game tonight. Ultimately you got to be able to get into full practice action, and having him be able to do that for 2 or 3 weeks now has been key. So not a surprise with him at all.